Hey, Khoree.
Hey, Jen, what's happening?
You know why I'm here, right?
Absolutely. Let's get into it.
Nice. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, yeah, no, my pleasure.
Hey, Khoree, what's the meaning of your stage name?
My stage name, actually, I did that. It's actually, you can read about it in my book. I just did that to make my name pop because my ordinary spelling is kind of ordinary.
Oh. What's usually the first thing you think about when you wake up?
Well, it's a combination of two things. The Lord, of course, for waking me up that morning and then getting my lady coffee.
Nice. How old were you when you realized you were a talented writer?
I was in college, so started college late, so I was about 24.
How long have you been in show business?
It's about 10 years professionally.
Nice. Do you remember the first time you performed on stage? Tell me about it.
The first time I performed professionally or just period. If it was just period, it was in my college when I was in the play. I was a theater major. If it was professionally, it's when I opened up for Layla Hathaway.
Nice. If you had to choose, would you rather give up acting or poetry?
Acting. Poetry's my love.
Where were you born?
I was born in Los Angeles, California, but I was raised in the Bay Area, Pittsburgh, California, Oakland.
Nice. Where do you live now?
Right now, I live back in Los Angeles area.
What do you love about the Bay Area?
You love everything about the Bay Area. Anything that you want, anything that you need is out there in the Bay.
What do you miss about the Bay Area?
People.
What have you been up to lately? Like, how are you surviving this pandemic?
Well, God has blessed us to be able to do something with my gift and have some funding put away. So,
nice. How did you stay creative during these times?
That was easy because I was stuck in the house. So there was a lot of stuff inside me that I could write about. So that's exactly what I did.
So you're an author?
I'm an author, yes. I got my book written in this pandemic. I helped my daughter get her book written in this pandemic, So I got some videos done. I got my Zoom thing going on. I got this bunch of stuff that's coming up pretty soon. So this pandemic although it's been horrible for a lot of folks, it's been pretty good on the other end for some people.
What's the name of your daughter's book and your book that you wrote?
The name of my book is Colloquy of Love. It's a book of love poems, a conversation of love poems. That's what colloquy means. And my daughter's book, her book is Chloe's Pastry Cafe.
Aww.
It's a children's book, yes.
What kind of music did your parents make you listen to growing up?
Oh man, Al Green, that good old R&B music growing up. Every time she had to clean up, music come on, we know what time it was.
Do you feel most creative in the morning or the night?
Nighttime. I'm a night person, so I really do feel very creative during the nighttime.
How would you describe your dream playlist?
My dream playlist, besides me being on it, we have some old school on it. We have some good R&B music from today and yesterday. Alicia Keys, Marvin Gaye, Commodores, stuff like that.
Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button?
I'd rather have a pause button, not a rewind, because if you rewind, you go back, you redo stuff, then you don't become the person that you are today.
Nice.
And for me, a pause button, I just hit the pause button, stop, see what stuff is about, evaluate, and then move forward. Yeah.
How many instruments do you play?
Oh, that's a good question. I play exactly none. No instruments. My voice is my instrument.
What social stigma does society need to get over?
Honestly, hatred, man, racism and prejudice and oppression. They just need to get over that, and everybody's human, just love each other and just keep moving this world forward.
Being a legend, I'm sure you've met and performed with many superstars.
Yeah.
Have you ever been starstruck, though, yourself?
Honestly, I don't get starstruck, but there were two people that gave me pause. Let's just say that. They pushed the pause button. That was Lenny Williams when I worked with him, and of course, Gerald Albright from the Manhattans when I met him.
Wow.
Yeah, both of those gentlemen, legends themselves, gave me pause.
That's beautiful. Who is someone you've never performed with but would love to share the stage with one day?
Well, that's a slew of people, but right off the top, just Babyface is one of them just because of the way that he writes and I write's pretty much similar. And Alicia Keys, because she's great at what she does. I figured my voice and her voice could make something. Whew,
What's something you resent paying for?
something I resent paying for. You know what? There's nothing I resent paying for because I don't pay for anything. I give all the money to my lady. So I don't pay for nothing
What would a
except
world
for bills.
What would a world populated with clones of you be like?
Oh, world, there'd be a lot of laughter. I know that. There'd be a lot of foolishness and horseplay going around. A lot of love, a lot of poetry. It'd be very interesting.
What's your favorite word?
Indeed.
What's your spirit animal?
You know what? If I had a spirit animal, which I really never thought of, I don't know. Tiger, lion, bear, oh my. I don't know.
What's the name of your favorite poem and who wrote it?
My favorite poem is written by E.E. Cummings, and it's called May I Feel, said he.
Do you think aliens exist?
Absolutely.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice I've ever received was any advice from my lady. She hasn't led me wrong thus far.
Good answer. What are you currently worried about?
Currently worried about, I really don't worry about anything except for just making sure that my family is protected and safe and provided for.
What are you currently happy about?
Happy about everything.
What is your most favorite genre of music?
That would be R&B and, believe it or not, country music.
Nice. Who is your best friend?
My best friend is my lady.
Who is your favorite poet?
I don't have a favorite poet per se. I just have favorite poems that I really do like, but no favorite poet.
Who inspires you every day?
Besides the world, my sweetheart.
What movie can you watch over and over without getting tired of?
Lion King, first one. Absolutely. The cartoon, yes.
Who would you want to play you in a movie?
It's probably only like 2 or 3 people that could play me in a movie. You know, Denzel. What's the other cat name? Idris Elba. You know, maybe Will Smith. I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, those 3.
Khoree, describe your personality.
You know, I just like to. My personality like to have fun. You know, serious when need to be. And just make people enjoy themselves.
What kind of friend are you?
I'm a very good and loyal friend.
Khoree, describe your mom in 3 words.
My mother, beautiful, smart, intelligent. I'll start to keep going. There's more than 3 words, so.
What is the biggest lesson that you learned from your mom?
The biggest lesson that I learned from my mother is you just don't quit. Don't give up. And don't stress off of something that there's no way you can change it. Don't stress off of it. Just make the best of it.
I like that. What are you currently reading?
Colloquy of Love.
Do you have a favorite song these days?
Favorite song? Honestly, my favorite song these days I'm working on with, I can't talk about it, but I'm working on it. It's going to be it's definitely my favorite song for right now.
Where's the most beautiful place you've traveled to?
Bahamas.
Where's the most beautiful place you've performed?
The Bahamas.
What's your hidden talent?
You know what? I can juggle, believe it or not.
Where's your happy place?
My happy place is next to my lady.
What is one thing about you, Khoree, that surprises people?
One thing about me that surprises people, besides the fact that I listen to country music, you know what? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. I'm an open book, so it's not too much that people don't know.
What are you excited about coming up in 2021?
Oh man, I'm excited about 2021 itself. You know, I have some great things coming up. I have this tour coming up with Yolanda Adams and Marvin Sapp called Best by the Blessed Tour. Yeah, and that's getting ready to start June 18th. Very excited about that.
Hey, Khoree, what's the secret to success?
The secret to success. There is no substitute for hard work. That's the secret to success. Don't quit. Keep working at it.
What is your biggest regret?
Biggest regret. You know what? I look back on it, and a lot of it is I don't have regrets because those are in the past. I just look at present and the future.
What advice, if you could, would you give your 18-year-old self?
I would give that cat a lot of sound advice that I know now that I didn't know back then. too many to even mention.
Khoree, what do you want to be remembered for?
Just being a good human being.
What is a dream that you haven't yet achieved?
Winning my Grammy.
What is something you know about poetry that no one else knows?
I know absolutely nothing about poetry that nobody else knows. Poetry is a world known thing, and it's your own. So.
What's your must-have beauty secret before going on TV?
Oh, my must-have beauty secret before appearing on television is very simple. Make sure my lady is there so she can tell me if I'm looking right.
Did she help you today?
She absolutely did.
Nice. Can you speak any other languages?
I speak a little bit of Spanish. Matter of fact, I have a little bit in one of my poems.
Nice. Can you say something for us?
Tú eres mujer. Tú eres bonita.
What frightens you, Khoree? What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is not being able to provide for my family.
If people in showbiz were allowed a victory dance after each performance, what would you do?
I'm from LA, so don't start that.
What's that dance called?
I don't know what that dance called no more. I don't know what that dance called anymore.
What's your favorite part about being in the entertainment industry?
Being able to express myself and share my gift with a lot of people.
What's the hardest part?
The business part of it is the hardest part, but it has to be done.
Khoree, how many kids do you have?
2. I have a son and I have a daughter. 18-year-old son, 9-year-old daughter.
What's the best thing about being a dad?
Oh, man, the best thing about being a dad is watching those kids grow up and just knowing that they're turning into great human beings.
What's the hardest thing?
The hardest thing is making those kids grow up into great human beings.
Where was your most memorable performance, and why was it memorable?
My most memorable performance, Vacaville Prison. That was my most memorable for me. That was my most memorable performance because I went in there, and after I did the show, it was like 4 guards, 200 inmates. And after I did the show, the guard said, "Okay, inmates, you guys can go down and speak to the artist." And I was like, okay, I know I'm 6'5", about 280, but look here, there's 200 of them. So, wow. But it went well. There's no issues, no problems, man. And it had a great time.
Definitely unforgettable.
Very insightful too. Yeah.
Poet, songwriter, author, producer, actor. Am I leaving anything out?
Good father, humanitarian. I mean, I ain't gonna boast on myself. The Bible says that other people do it.
Khoree, thank you so much for allowing me some time. Did you have fun today?
Had a great time. I always have a great time with you.
Is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
Well, for anybody out there who has a dream, I just tell you to keep following it. You got to make your dream into a plan, put it down, write it down, and put action to it.
How can everyone follow you?
They can follow me at Khoree The Poet on all social medias. That's KHOREE, The Poet.
Thank you so much, Khoree. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Have a good day.
Have a good day. Gotta go.